Hey guys, welcome back to the Son and Tim Show. I am Tim, this guy's son, and we are back and here to talk more about U.S. Men's National Team soccer. We're looking over
Yes,
their new game, their game this week against who, son?
against Trinidad and Tobago, another CONCACAF minnow swimming in the CONCACAF pond. And we are I don't know, what's a big fish in a pond, Tim? I mean,
Uh,
maybe, can we be a crocodile? Can we be I don't know, can we be a carp? What are we? I don't know what we are,
we're
but
a huge carp, son.
we are a huge carp ready to eat up this minnow in the CONCACAF pond next
Yes,
week.
we got a little goldfish. Well,
Yeah.
maybe a little bigger. So we're pretty excited about this match. Obviously, this team, this was a substitute for Serbia. So now we're gonna play them. We have some cool thoughts on this one, guys. Obviously, Trinidad and Tobago, they were the team that knocked us out from going to the World Cup several years ago. We did get our revenge in the Gold Cup in 2019, 6-0. But I mean, these guys were the ones that knocked us out. This is a big deal.
They were, and it was actually the best thing that I think could have happened to the U.S. men's national team, Tim, because it really showed that we needed change, and it started at the top. And the fact that the Americans were so arrogant and the level of
Oh,
hubris that they showed, let's take out the fact that it took them to the last game to qualify for the World Cup.
right,
Let's take
right.
that out. Let's take that out of the equation for now. But they were complaining. They were sending like Twitter
Mm-hmm.
snapshots,
Of the
sort
field,
of
right?
of the field, talking about how like we're playing on some high school field, talking about how look at the conditions that we're playing under. They showed standing water on the field,
Mm-hmm.
and you could just see it was like, dude, it's your fault that it's taken you this long to qualify in this
Exactly.
in this yeah in this division. It's your fault, and now
Mm-hmm.
you're complaining about the field conditions. Go out and win the game. And of course, the bottom fell out. We lost the game, but it signified change, Tim. It
Yeah.
signified change, which is a good thing.
That's an awesome thing and something we talked about. It was like, so for you football fans, this was like the Green Bay Packers taking on the Detroit Lions B team.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we're talking this awesome team that should win this game 16 out of 16 games, taking on the B team and Chase Daniel at quarterback and getting beat in a game on week 17 that would have
Yeah.
gotten to the playoffs, and then they got beat.
Yes.
It was horrific.
Yes. Think of this game as if it was the NFC championship game
Oh
for Green
no.
Bay. It's the game that gets you to the big dance. They're playing Detroit's
That's
reserves
why I
because
think week 17's the best, and you're like 8-8. You're like 8-7, and if you win, you're in.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you know what? You're right. You're right. It's more like the playoffs. But the point is that they didn't even play Trinidad and Tobago's A team. That was their B team they played, Tim. That was their reserve team. And we lost to them. I mean, gosh, it was definitely the lowest point in US soccer, but we reached the lowest point, Tim, and now we can only go up, which is
Let's
what we're
hope.
doing now.
And
So
we don't
yeah.
have to see any more Bruce Arena, no more
Oh
Michael Bradley. We're good.
yes. Yes, we're good. We're good. Look, hey, Michael Bradley, thank you for your service. I still have some of your USMNT jerseys hanging in my
Nice.
closet. You've been a wonderful guy for the U.S. men's national team. Awesome six. Thank you for your service, and yeah. It's I hope the rest of your club career goes awesome.
Mm. All right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, is there anything else you want to say about the matchup, son? What do you
Uh,
want? Because what do you think is going to happen? What's your thoughts on the game?
well, gosh, I mean, do we really need thoughts on the game? Do we really need to break down the game, Tim? Do we really care how Trinidad and Tobago sets up? Do we really care if they like possession? Do we really care if they like to bunker down or if they like to press? Of course not. They're Trinidad and Tobago. We should just roll in with whatever team we want and just beat them. Let me explain to you what I expect to happen from Trinidad and Tobago. I expect maybe poor tactics on the field. I expect to see balls ricocheting off people's legs, so it makes it easy for us. I expect our defenders to be able to break lines. I expect them to be able to play passes,
That's
switch the field,
beautiful.
play dangerous crosses in. I expect this to be a very easy game for the U.S. men's national team. They should be able to keep possession. I think
Over
at a
halftime.
minimum, I think it should be 65%, 35% possession for the USMNT. I think this is going to be an easy win. I think the men should win by at least 3 goals. I mean, it's like, what are we even talking about, Tim? This should be a cakewalk match for the U.S. men's national team. I don't know. I'm sorry. Do you have any thoughts? I mean, anything
Well, I
you'd
think
like
we
to
should
add to?
call them the U.S. MLS team, personally, other than
Yeah.
the under 23 team. I think, yeah, I think the big thing here is we're looking at matchups like in terms of our own players. Who are we going to play? Who's going to show out in these games? Is there somebody that's going to really get themselves on another level to play in the Olympics? So
You're
I
right.
think we gotta look at that. I mean, somebody like Tanner Tessman, is he going to
Hmm.
show up? Is he going to get much playing time? Number one, and if he does, how is he going to do with that playing time? So he's
Yeah.
an example. He could get on the Olympic team depending on his performance, and that's why they brought so many players here. They want to see what they can do in the camp, and they want to see what they can do in the game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, you're right. Tanner Tessman is a guy who may or may not see the field. I know that USMNT fans are interested in watching him play. We'll see if he gets any playing time. Yeah, let's hope so. So should we run it down? So
Yeah, guys,
so
we're
let's
gonna
go.
break down the roster now.
Yes, yes.
Well,
Let's
at
go
least
over
somewhat.
our starting. Yes, let's go over our starting 11, Tim. Let's see who we would like to see on the field get minutes,
Okay.
get significant playing time in this match. So you want to start us off, Tim? Who do you like
Yeah,
at
I'll
goal?
just simple Matt Turner. I think Matt
Yeah.
Turner, we should have him at goal. I'm kind of interested in seeing Matt Freeze a little bit. So he was brought on with David Ochoa getting out. I don't think he's going to play. Matt Turner is really good in terms of pushing the ball forward, getting that possession style going. He had an awesome year in New England in the MLS this year. I'm excited to see him. And Son, I think one of the big questions for him, I doubt it, but I don't know. Could he push Zach Steffen to be the goalkeeper for the U.S. men's national team? And I think at least he probably won't, but I at least want competition to push Steffen forward to do better.
I agree, and I think this is why. Gosh, it stinks. I wish Ochoa would have been here too. He's been in and out with
This is
injuries.
multiple injuries for him now. I mean, there's serious
Yeah,
questions about him moving forward.
yeah. I would love it if we had a quality backup to Zach Steffen, and I think Matt Freeze. I'm sorry, not Matt Freeze, but Matt Turner might be the guy. I mean, you're right. He had a great year with the Revolution. I think both of us agree that he's probably going to be the guy to start this match. His ball play looks okay. We'll see if this January camp has helped him with his ball play. So yeah, I'm excited to see that. I think if he is able to really shore up his ball play, if he's comfortable on that ball, if he's able to move it to his center backs, his outside backs, if he can maybe even play it long, launch it. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how Turner handles that part of the goalkeeping game for Craig Berhalter.
Can he push that possession, like we were saying? Can he push that possession
Correct.
outside to get the ball moving upfield?
Correct. Yeah, because long gone, Tim, are the days of us just launching the ball and making it a 50-50 ball. It's one of those things where yes, that is Bruce Arena. It's like basically as a coach, I even tell my kids, what would you even if the goalkeeper has the ball, it's 100% us, 0% them. If you launch it forward, it's 50-50. Do we like those odds? Of course not. We'd much rather keep it at 100-0. So the point is we'll see how comfortable Matt Turner is with his ball play during the run of play with playing possession.
So you really don't see any way he could push Zach Steffen in the long term?
You know what? I think he could push him, but I think the spot is Steffen's for now. I think Turner should push to get that reserve spot because you never know who might pop up, Tim. I mean, we know that Ochoa is going to be the long-term answer, but maybe Turner's going to be that. He's going to take up that second roster spot at goal.
Like
I would
I
like
said,
that.
There's been multiple injuries with Ochoa now, so maybe he might just fall away if he keeps bailing out because of injuries in these big types of matches. How can Berhalter trust him?
That's true. We have to see him play. We have to see him play in these matches.
So I want to
So
hear. I want to hear about the forwards, man. Who do you expect to
uh,
see?
the defenders. So
Oh, my bad.
let's go with the defenders next.
Yeah.
Okay. So so the defender pool right now, I mean, there were some cuts made obviously to the roster. So we got Julian Araujo, who's back on the roster. He left the roster because of an injury, but he is fit to play in
Mm.
this match if Berhalter wants him. We have George Bello, Kyle Duncan, Aaron Herrera, Aaron Long,
Oh no.
Mauricio Pineda,
Do we have?
Miles
Wait,
Robinson.
hold on. Walker. What's his name? Zimmerman.
Walker Zimmerman is also
on it?
on. Yes, he is, and Sam Vines. So look, I mean, we in the previous video we already talked about Long and Zimmerman. What scares me is that that I have a good feeling that one of those two is going to get some field time next week.
Probably
Yeah,
Long.
probably. Yeah, probably. Oh gosh, please not Long. If anybody, I hope it's Zimmerman. But listen, Long. Now, if Long plays Tim, I want you to watch closely to when he has the ball and watch how he plays the ball. You will see that he is not built for possession. His skill set is definitely one to win 1v1 duels. His skill set is definitely one to be a fast, athletic, defender that likes to recover, stay at home. He's that guy. His ball play
But
is
that
not
goes
there.
against the possession style completely.
Correct. It goes against the possession style. So again, we will see. I'm just saying, if he's going to start, put the spotlight on him, so
That's
you can
good.
see whenever he gets the ball what he does.
Yeah.
But let's talk about outside backs really quick. I know he played in the last friendly, but I love this guy, Sam Vines. Sam Vines should play that left back position again. I know that Berhalter has seen him already and maybe wants to see some of these other guys.
Yeah.
But let's face it, Sam Vines is a U23 guy. And if he's the guy that you think is going to be the starter for the Olympics, then give him more playing time. That's just how it should be. If you're Greg Berhalter and you say Sam Vines looks the best at camp, which I think of all the players that we have here, he's the best at left back, then we should keep him there and start him going forward. So I think Vines should get the start over, say, a guy like probably George Bello or anybody else. I think Sam Vines has probably showed out enough in the previous camps to earn this spot. And then over on the right side, I like to see Araujo again. If he's fit, put him in. Put him in. Absolutely.
Nice.
I want to see a lot more of this guy. This guy is wonderful on the ball. I know some people and his own club thinks of him more as an attacking type player. He's got attacking qualities. However, in a possession style system, you know this, Tim, the outside backs, the right back and the left back are heavily involved in the attack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's like our what's his name? On the national
Serge.
team. Yes.
Serge. Yes, absolutely. That's what Serge does. That's what he does best. And even if you're talking about Serge's backup right now is Reggie Cannon, same type of guy. They get up the field and they get involved in the attack.
Yes.
If we want a possession style system that Greg Berhalter wants, we need guys that are good on the ball, creative guys that could combine with teammates, guys that could deliver a great ball in. We need those guys. And that's why Araujo has to stay at right back. He's the guy that to me projects as a potential U23 right back who does all the same things. I'm not going to say he does the same things Serge does. He doesn't, but he resembles some of those qualities, Tim. And that's what we want in our right back. So yeah, I would say he resembles Serge's qualities. Let's put him out there. So
I think I was talking about Dest.
Yes, that's Serginho Dest. Serge.
Yeah, my bad.
Absolutely. Yeah, okay. Serginho Dest. Serginho Dest.
Oh my gosh, he's my favorite. He's one of my favorite. He might be my most favorite U.S. men's national team player. He's just so physical. He looks like a wing. He looks like a winger.
Yeah,
they could put him a winger, and he'd be great.
Well, he's a converted outside back, Tim. He used to be a winger. He used to be a winger when he played at his youth club in Ajax. So so that's why he's a perfect right back, because not only is he good at winning tackles, he's great at being creative around the attacking third. He's great at combining and
plays, moving it forward.
Dude, him and Gio on that senior team is going to look great on that side. But anyways, yes. So I like. So going back to this lineup, I do like Araujo on the right side. I do like Vines on the left side. And now so now I guess we have to put all these names in the cauldron right now, Tim. We have to start stirring up the cauldron to figure out what names pop up. I think personally, if there was a guy I would pick, Miles Robinson's probably one of the guys I would like to see get the start. And then maybe a guy like Mauricio Pineda. I'd rather see those two than Walker Zimmerman, Aaron Long, but we're probably going to get one of those in the match.
Yeah.
But as long as Miles Robinson and as long as Mauricio Pineda have some playing time, we're good. I think Berhalter needs to see these guys. I think he needs to see them perform and see if they could do the job, Tim. I mean, So I think that's the four that I would like to see in the back. I'd like to see Vines, Pineda, Robinson, Araujo, and that's the four that I think we should go with. How about midfield, Tim?
I'm not going to have the extensive breakdown you have, so you might have to chime in a little bit, son. But I think I'm kind of bummed. Brian Kao got dumped. I understand. This dude's only 18. He doesn't really have the experience. He's really young. He's very good with possession. However, he still has trouble, keeping the ball. It still ricochets off him somewhat here and there. I think this was a good camp to be in to get some more experience, to get him seen by Berhalter more. So hopefully we see him more next year. That was probably I'm kind of upset about Rodon. I mean, obviously with all the caps he's had, somebody slipped the coach $500 or $1,000 to get him on the team.
How is this guy on the team, Tim? That's what has to be going on. I mean, does he house sit for Greg Berhalter when Greg Berhalter's away? What's he doing over there to get on the roster?
Sexual favors.
Oh gosh, whatever it is. Look, man. Look, I don't want to dump on. Let's not. Gosh, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
But he's taking up a roster spot for somebody else.
He's bringing his experience to other midfielders. Maybe he's coaching them on the field if he plays.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. But there could have been like a guy invited to camp. Like we could have. It could have been cool to see maybe somebody like Cole Bassett come onto this roster, and not Christian Roldan. But again, maybe Christian Roldan is doing great at camp. I don't know what's going on. But
you mean practice?
Practice. Yeah. So hopefully we don't see him on the field. Okay.
So the players I really want to see on the field, Jackson Yule.
Yes.
Want to see him at the 8 or the 6, probably at the 8. Obviously, we talked about he's good at spraying the ball forward. He's good at passing, like we said. He is a little more of a goal scorer. He can hit long shots. I like him. I really like, and obviously he trashed me a little earlier on this, but Sebastian Lletget, obviously Berhalter knows him pretty well from the LA Galaxy. He was, like we talked about, the Galaxy's 10 because they obviously suck. They're an MLS team, so they're not going to really have anybody there. But he might be another good 8, a 10 if we don't really have anybody else. Dude is always around the ball in the box, constantly getting headers. He has some really, really nice. He's just getting the ball into the goal a lot, especially in the box. You obviously can articulate this a little better than me. I'm excited about him. And he's good at tackling. He's a pretty good tackler, like we were talking about. I also want to see Andres Perea, like we talked about. He can play the 6. He's pretty good at tackling as well. But he can play the 8. We're not going to obviously see him at the 10. He might be a 10 also in this game. We'll see. But I think moving forward, especially because he got that one-time transfer from Colombia, we should be able to see a lot of him in this game. Can he make an impact? Can he play on the Olympic team? And moving forward, can he be on the senior men's national team? And I think, especially at his age, I think he's 20. This is this time where he's really going to get going, and it's going to really show. I think his ball handling is going to be really great in this game. He has really great control. He can push the tempo forward.
Agreed. Agree on all fronts. I mean, if you're Perea, I'm almost thinking that he's absolutely going to get the start. You don't file a one-time transfer. You don't file a one-time transfer to be a bench player in this friendly, especially against Trinidad and Tobago. I'm pretty sure that he's going to pretty much just say, Perea, let's see what you got. And so that's the hope anyways. But no, I agree. I think that's a great midfield. That's a great midfield of legit Perea and Yule.
I'm definitely interested in Testman. I want to see what he kind of has. He had a pretty good season. I think he was at Dallas.
Yeah.
He had a pretty good season. He is a good tackler as well. He might be your 6. I'm not 100% sure. He does have potential. I think he's 20, so he is a little younger. So maybe he's got something too.
Yeah, hopefully, maybe we'll see him come on as a substitute, but I'd like to see him get minutes as well, Tim. Absolutely.
Well, I think Rodon's going to start, so I mean, we got a lot of potential there.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Should we move on to forwards, Tim?
Go ahead.
Okay, so the forwards on this roster right now, we have Josie Altidore, Paul Ariola, Daryl Dike, Jesus Ferreira, Jonathan Lewis, Chris Mueller. Obviously, Chris Mueller looked great in the last camp, looked great in the last friendly. Love to see him again. I'd love to see him again because I think he's going to be an actual starter on the Olympic team. So might as well put him in and get him as much playing time in Greg Berhalter's system as possible.
Great.
The other forward that I would love to see is Daryl Dike. Daryl Dike reminds me a lot of Josie. He reminds me a lot of a Josie Altidore, physical, tough, athletic, strong, with better technique and a little bit more creativity too. Josie always posed problems for defenders in the 18. And that was the one thing that we loved about Josie was that he was hard to deal with. DK is similar in that sense that he's also has all of those athletic gifts, but he has more creativity and he's better on the ball.
Maybe that's why Josie's on the field with them right now to kind of mentor somebody like DK.
It's possible, and that's why, Tim, of all of these forwards, I think we might see Josie next week. I think we might see Josie out. Why? I mean, why would you bring Josie, who's had over 100 caps, onto this camp, put him on the roster, a bunch of U23 players if you weren't going to play him? My guess is that what Greg Berhalter wants to do is see if Altidore is hungry to want to get on another World Cup cycle. Yeah. I think he wants to see if Josie is ready mentally there to handle like the goal.
So he still has the ability to do it.
Yeah, he's in his early 30s, like 31, 32, around there. Yeah, but he hasn't been fit in forever. So the fact that Josie was invited to this camp, the fact that he was invited to this camp, Tim, the fact that he made the roster for this friendly tells me he's going to play. Yeah. So I think, because you're not going to sit Josie here with a bunch of, so I think that he's going to play him. So I think what we're going to see is DK, Mueller, and Josie, at least for a little while, in this friendly.
You're going to put him on the field just to get his ass in shape.
Yeah, I think
you're gonna be like you're playing 3/4 this game just to get your ass in shape.
Well, ever since Greg Berhalter took over, he's probably thinking, well, what is it, Josie? What you gonna do? It's time now. We've got a crap ton of games this year.
Stop having your Oreos on your couch, bro, and playing.
Exactly. Quit playing yourself on FIFA 20 and come play the real game. So I think that's what he's saying right now. He's saying, Josie, are you in or are you out?
That's really sad because he was so good. I mean, he was supposed to be the next Clint Dempsey for the U.S. Yeah. He was projected into that. He was going to be probably in the next World Cup to be like that senior team leader.
Yeah, he was a guy that always, he had so much potential and just fell short of projections. I mean, we would have loved to see him. He's great on the MLS side for many years. Would have been good to see him on the international level raise his game. He wasn't quite able to do that. So what can you do?
What about Brian Reynolds?
Brian Reynolds is a guy who looks like the reason why he's not on this roster, Tim, even though he was invited to camp, is because it looks like he's making his way to Juventus. It's the same reason why Jordan Morris got cut too. He didn't make this roster because because now Jordan Morris is going to Swansea City, which I believe is a level 2 club.
I heard something about Swansea his style of play doesn't really match how Swansea plays. So I'm wondering why he's going to Swansea when he's kind of different than their style.
Okay, yeah, I don't even know how
Yeah,
Swansea plays, Tim. They're basically in a league that I don't pay any attention to, so I don't
sure.
really know.
I
Yeah,
just know what I heard.
they're not playing in the EPL, Tim. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know about this team. I mean, who knows? And that's the other question is if you're Jordan Morris and you're entering your peak years, why Swansea City? Why not even try to go on any EPL team or Bundesliga first team
yeah,
to play in that league? Why are you going to play in the second division? I don't.
right,
Okay, okay,
right.
whatever. That's
Okay,
fine. I mean, to each his own. He makes that choice. Best of luck to Jordan. But
okay.
he's not here. Yeah, he's not here. Brian Reynolds is not here. Would have loved to see him in the back, but it looks like Italy is going to he's going to play for
Mhm.
Juventus. So he's going to play with Weston McKennie.
Oh
So
man. Okay, maybe
that's what
that'll
it looks
step
like.
up his game.
Yeah, he can't actually. And if you're wondering why there's confusion on that, Juventus has these teams in Italy have a what's the word I'm thinking of? A quota. They have a
Hmm.
quota of like international players that they could bring into their team. So they have to have
Sure.
international players and Italian players. They've reached their quota. So technically Reynolds cannot go onto that team yet.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is I think they're trying to sign him, maybe have him play in maybe a lower division. And once they could make roster moves, to open up a spot for Reynolds, we'll see Reynolds on the first team.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Any other thing? Anything else?
No, I mean, again, yeah, this unfortunately for us, Tim, I wish we would have gotten Serbia. Serbia would have been a better opponent than Trinidad and Tobago.
Mm,
What makes me a little nervous, Tim, is the fact that we keep on getting CONCACAF opponents. Like if we talked about the Green Bay Packers earlier. If the Green Bay Packers were only playing the Lions reserves, if they're only playing Jacksonville's reserves, if they're only playing the Bengals reserves. Sorry, I don't mean to trash any of those teams, but you understand how a team cannot improve when
yeah.
you're always playing competition that's not just
100%.
below yours, far below yours. It's really tough to
So then
gauge
you
how
get
well.
smacked when you play Mexico.
Correct. They're not ready for that level of intensity, that level of football. And that's what the teams in South America and the teams in Europe have an advantage over
Mm,
is the fact that England's playing France in a friendly, or England will play Italy in a friendly, or they play actual opponents. They play in big games
yeah.
all the time, as
Yeah.
opposed to us who don't get that same level of competition week in and week out.
That sucks.
So yeah, so that's why hopefully maybe next year or sometime in the future we could schedule some of these friendlies in these windows with these other clubs, with these other
Yeah.
countries during these times, and not constantly having to set up games against Honduras or
Yeah.
El Salvador or Panama, or teams that we know
Or
we could beat.
Serbia.
Serbia, I hear, is a better team. That would have been a much better opponent for us, Tim. I believe when I looked at their FIFA rankings, I think they were ranked somewhere in the 30s.
Okay.
So they're not that bad, and
Okay.
so that's why I'm thinking that would have been a much better opponent for us, and to get the U.S. men's team prepared for these
Hmm.
tournaments coming up.
Cool. Awesome. Well, guys, anything else, son? Are we all good?
No, we're all good. Now it's just a matter of time. We just gotta can't wait for match day. That's pretty much it.
We'll follow up with the video, guys, for that match, of course. Well, anyway, thank you for watching our video. Please hit like. Please hit subscribe. We're going to bring you more U.S. men's national team stuff. Once again, I'm Tim. He's Son. Thank you for watching the Son and Tim Show. Have a great day. Peace out.
Take care, guys.